G'day, welcome to the show. Salt Covers here. It is Wednesday, 27th of March, where we are coming off a difficult night last night. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, just above me, at Salt Covers. Like the videos, support the channel, all that good stuff. Let's look back at last night, where let's get straight into it. We lose our max bet on the Thunder and Kings. That game finishes at 226. Just a rough one to lose. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. We walk into that game with a great ticket. That game closed at around 229. And looking back, this does highlight the value of playing some of your bet back. Like, we saw that total get up to as high as 234. And we could have played back like 2 units on the under 234. That would have meant we had a winning night, but that's okay. Hindsight is 2020. We did manage to cash both of our other bets. Both of them finished with great CLV. We had the Hawks and Rockets over 232.5. That game closed at 235. Knicks and Dallas over 223.5. That game closed around 225, I believe. It's funny, like the 1 unit play was like the most sweat-free bet. Hawks Rockets over, like that one we managed to just sneak in. They had a high-scoring fourth quarter, but that's okay. We move. So looking at today's slate, we've got 6 games on the card. We have two. I've got 4 bets in total, but you could just say it's 2 bets, maybe 3 bets. Feeling really good about today. Like, definitely a great day to bounce back, that's for sure. Every single ticket I've got is ahead of where the sharp books are at the moment, so that's what we love to see. So let's get into it. It's a good slate of games today. We've got some tanking teams playing, like who's going to tank harder in these games. We've got some like pretty short spreads on some good matchups, teams needing a win first. We have Sixers Wizards. Can I interest you in some Sixers basketball? First thing I want to do is let's have a look back at a previous episode of mine. We'll watch about 40 seconds of it, just to hear my commentary on the Sixers and overs. We will be back.
1 pair of pants later.
Okay, we were not able to get the clip up on screen, so I'll just speak to it briefly here. The Philadelphia 76ers, they have been catching over steam 9 out of the last 11 games. Like, I can't entirely explain it. I mean, part of the reason is they're tanking. Another part of it is they are the second worst defense in the league since the All-Star break. Another part of it is that they are generally a pace down team, as you can see on my screen. However, since the All-Star break, they are 15th in pace. So they've started to play a little bit faster. Second worst defense in the league since the All-Star break. Clearly tanking, clearly don't give a shit. And yeah, we just continue to see these Sixers totals steam up from open, generally opening around this 225 mark. Now we've seen the Sixers total steam up again in this spot.
1 pair of pants later.
Enough of that. But yeah, we see another game where, let's just get straight into the total. We see another game. This total opened at 225.5. Now sitting at 230. This is now like 9 of the last 11 games the Sixers have caught over steam. This isn't gonna last forever. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised to see this Sixers run of catching over steam end by the next game. But yeah, look, on a slate that has some good matchups, we have targeted this Wizards Sixers game. like I said, one of the worst defenses in the NBA since the All-Star break. Going up against a Wizards team that is fourth in pace. They are also they're really bad defensively. They have been playing a bit better defensively, but that's really in the games where Chris Middleton and Marcus Smart are playing. They are both listed as out for this game. So we picked up over 225.5, got that down for 2 units. We saw the market moving and picked up another over 226.5, got that down for another unit. Then we see the market start to move off of 231 back towards 230, and we picked up an under 231 for half a unit. So we've got a lot of tickets on this Wizards Sixers game. In terms of what you can do right now, if you don't have anything on this game, I'm sorry, not much. I think 230 is a pretty sharp number, and I don't expect it to move much more. So again, this 225.5 was available when I tweeted it out. Hope some of you guys got on it. Looking at the spread, opened at 2.5 at the rec books, 2.5, 3 at the sharp books. Very hard to bet into these games with tanking teams. As we saw last game with the Wizards, they played the Raptors in a contest of who can tank harder, and the Wizards came out victorious there. And yeah, that spread, Wizards Raptors, that opened at Raptors -3. Yeah, Raptors -3, and that spread just completely went towards the Wizards, closed at Wizards -2. We saw a 5-point swing that game, was a Wizards spot, and they lose outright to the Raptors. So very hard to bet into these tanking contest spreads. I certainly won't be doing it, and neither should you. Another contest of who can tank harder. We have the Raptors playing the Nets. We saw this spread open at Nets -1 at the rec books, Nets -1.5 at the sharp books. Now at Nets -2.5. So definitely some Nets action coming in here. The Raptors, you would say they are definitely tanking harder than the Raptors are definitely tanking harder than the Nets. Quickly and Yucca Purtle are both out for rest purposes, which I find hilarious. Like, are they resting for the playoffs? No. Like, are they resting for the draft lottery? Like, yes. Yeah, nothing from me here on the spread. We see projections at Raptors -1, but you just can't really play into that. Like, the Raptors are tanking. Like, they are not. Yeah, they do not want to win this game. Looking at the total, which, yeah, we saw this total open at 218.5 at the rec books, 215.5 at the sharp books. I can't really explain why I didn't pick up this under. Well, the main reason is I was a little bit busy when all the markets opened, and yeah, now we see this total at 215, projections like the under at 213. Brooklyn Nets, slowest team in the league, clearly an under spot, especially now that Cam Thomas is out. The Nets had a nice little run of getting some overs with Cam Thomas back in the lineup. He is out. Yeah, now at 215, definitely not going to chase some steam here. And yeah, nothing from me here on this game. If you picked up an under 218, congratulations, because that is a great ticket. Let's move on to a game that is worth watching, which is the LA Lakers and the Indiana Pacers. Lakers 3-game losing streak, including losing 2 games, is outright favorites against the Bulls and Magic. Definitely a get-right spot for the Lakers. Pacers coming off a nice win against the Timberwolves. We've got the projections at Pacers -5.5. now, like we saw this spread open at Pacers -1. It quickly went out to Lakers -1, and now we've seen them move to Lakers -1.5. Definitely seen some sharp books move towards the Lakers. So yeah, I like the Pacers in this spot, but I do not like fading the market. And like, yeah, obviously, yeah, projections love the Pacers, but in terms of like the spot with the Pacers coming off a nice win against the Timberwolves, Lakers in a like desperation spot, losing against the Magic and the Bulls, it just doesn't shape up as the greatest spot to back the Pacers. Like the Lakers are definitely going to be the more motivated team here. Pacers, now with the Bucks crashing out a little bit, Dame out for the year, Pacers could make a run for that 4 seed. Yeah, I got nothing on the spread. I am watching it closely, and I'm not opposed to getting in on the Pacers, maybe at a money line if it goes to a pick'em or even a Pacers -1. But as of right now, I've got nothing here on the spread. Looking at the total, just another total that doesn't agree with where I've got it projected. So we saw the total open at 232.5 at the rec books, opened at 235 at the sharp books, now at 236. So we've seen some movement off the sharp number looking towards the over. We got this game projected at 229. Market likes the over, I like the under. Generally in these spots where projections don't agree with the market movement, I generally stay away, but the under is 24-17 for the Pacers after a win. Just another spot on this game where I'm keeping a close eye on the on screen, and we may look at taking an under, and just bear with me for a moment because I am going to go place a bet right this moment. Okay, we are back. And yeah, the game that we just went and placed a bet on was this Clippers and Knicks game. We went in and placed a bet on the over here. We picked up an over 217.5. Hopefully this line is still available once this video comes out. Yeah, we see the projections do like the over here, opened at 217.5 at both the rec books and sharp books. We just saw a sharp book move up to 219. We see another sharp book at 218.5. So I'm happy to tail the market on this one, picking up at 217.5. James Harden is questionable for this one. Miles McBride, I would say he's questionable to doubtful. Knicks coming off a back-to-back. They did beat the Mavs. Clippers have 2 days of rest. So yeah, Harden is questionable. He's an interesting player to think about in terms of totals because, like, yes, he's an offensive player, but he also slows the pace down quite a bit for the Clippers. But I was looking into some numbers, and the Clippers, they shoot 6.5% more threes with Harden on the floor. In terms of what that number ranks against the rest of the league, that is in the 96th percentile. So Harden, one of the best players in the league in terms of lifting his team's volume of three-point attempts. So hopefully he plays. I mean, the line movement certainly indicates that he might play this game. Looking back at the total, Knicks in back-to-backs 8-3 to the over. Clippers as road favourites 10-6 to the over. That's pretty significant given the Clippers, they are the 5th worst over team in the league. Norm Powell, Bogdanovic, they can certainly step in and do a bit more ball handling, shoot a few more threes. So yeah, we've just placed a bet down on over 217.5. Got that down for 1.5 units. Looking at the spread, we saw this open at Knicks -1 at the rec books. Sharp books opened this at Clippers -1, and we've seen some heavy movement towards the Clippers. By the way, for anyone new, I am a Clippers fan. I do watch this team fairly closely, and one thing I can attest to is the Clippers are they've got the widest gap between how they play at home versus how they play on the road. They are the best team in the league at home against the spread. They are the 4th worst team against the spread on the road. So yeah, can we trust the Clippers here to cover as like significant road favorites now at 4? I'm certainly not playing into it. This is one that I'm happy to sit out, and if the Clippers cover, I'll be happy, but I just need to see them do it in a game where they're favored and they should win. They did pick up a nice win against the Hawks on the road. I wouldn't say beating the Heat on the road is like nice. They did lose against the Pelicans as like 7-point favorites on the road. Then again, Clippers, one of the hottest teams in the league right now. So yeah, we've just picked it up an over 217.5. Hopefully that is still available as of recording. Next, we have the Bucks and Nuggets, where this just came in. Giannis is out for this game. As a result, we see this spread now at Nuggets -8.5. The spread opened at Nuggets -2.5. As for all the projections on screen, just throw them out the window. What I've got on screen assumes that both teams are fully healthy, and Dame is out, Giannis is out, Jokic is doubtful, Christian Brown is probable, Gordon is questionable. Yeah, look, just playing into this game at all now is just not worth it. If anything, I'd actually kind of like the Bucks here at 8.5. If you could tell me that Jokic isn't playing, I kind of like the Bucks at 8.5. And yeah, the total, we see this projected at 242.5. That does account for a fully healthy Dame and Giannis and Jokic. Dame and Jokic, 2 top 5 over players in the league. They are both worth around 7 to 8 points each to a total. Just with the way that they lift their team's offenses, and Dame, he's just a traffic cone on defense. So nothing from me here on this game at all. I kind of like the Bucks in this spot. Maybe I'd get in on the Bucks if you could tell me that Jokic is definitely not playing this game. We did see a lot of line movement even before Giannis got ruled out. We saw this move from Nuggets -2.5 to Nuggets -6. Let's just get this game off my screen to now look at the Boston Celtics playing in Phoenix. Tatum is doubtful for this game. However, I would say there is a 1% chance he plays this game. He's definitely not playing. Beal is also out, but I think that's kind of good for the Suns. They've been playing a lot better with him since he's been out with an injury. We saw this spread open at 2.5 at the rec book, 3.5 at the sharp books. Projections at Celtics -6.5. We love Boston in this spot. We picked up a Boston -2.5. Picked that up for 3 units. And yeah, the Celtics, they just have guys that they can plug and play with Tatum being ruled out. Sam Hauser, Baylor Scheiman, Peyton Pritchard. Oh, Tatum is out. KP, here's take 20 shots this game, take 25 shots this game. Celtics have a clean injury report besides Tatum, which is what you like to see here. Now spread sitting at 4.5. We're sitting on a great ticket here. In terms of what you can do right now, I'm sorry, not much. You can follow me on Twitter at SaltCovers. 2.5 was available for a decent amount of time as this market opened. Like I like 3, I like 3.5, I like 4, but now at 4.5, no, that's just chasing too much steam, not worth it. As for the total though, this is another one where the projections are just way off both the opening total and the market direction. We saw the rec books open this at 226.5. We saw the sharp books open at 222.5. Projections do like the over. They liked the looking at the Kings and Celtics game. It was a very similar position where projections liked the over, market liked the under, and the game went under. I didn't play it. Game went under. Here we have a similar situation. I'm sitting here not wanting to fade the market. The Celtics, like Tatum, in terms of pricing him as an over-under player, like probably an over player, but he's also like a great switch defender. Like he's definitely the Celtics' best matchup against KD. Guys like Hauser and Baylor Scheinman, like they're just gonna get in there and shoot a bunch of threes. So this is a spot that I am looking at. Like if I see the market start to move back towards the over, then maybe I'll get in on it. The under is 4-2 with Tatum out. Not enough games there to really like make that a actionable trend. Celtics, third slowest team in the league. We have 2 under teams, 2 pace down teams. So just a lot of different things pulling me in either direction. Best to just stay away from this total. And let's get into our best bets for today. And we have to add a best bet because we just placed this as we started while we were recording. Clippers and Knicks over 217.5. Got that down for 1.5 units. Hopefully that one is still available. Let's get the odds off my screen. So we have 3 different positions on this Wizards-Sixers game. I will not be watching this game. I will be watching the live over-under, but I will not be watching this game. I'm not sure how much longer this Sixers over trend is going to last. I do not think it will last much longer, but I did tweet out that if you see any Sixers total that opens at like at under 230 and they're not playing the Magic, Nets, or Hornets, you should be looking long and hard at the over. Projections have that game at around 229, so that's another angle that I'm playing into there. We also have these, Knicks and Clippers over. Got that down for 1.5 units. We've seen some market movement towards the over. Projections got this game at 221, so happy to go ahead and take the over. Knicks 8-3 to the over with no rest. And then the Celtics are playing the Suns, not the Sixers. We also have Boston -2.5 at Phoenix, sitting on a great ticket there, now at -4.5. In terms of what you can do right now, I had in my show notes, look at the Clippers and Knicks over. Now that we've played it, hopefully that's still around, but in terms of what's left on the board, not much there. I'm looking at the Pacers, looking at the under in that game as well, but just waiting on the market movement. Aside from that, that is all from me. Best of luck with your bets, and until next time, let's get the books sold to you.